Hello, I'm Sean Kent Hayashi. Today is September 14th, 2024, and oh my goodness, what an exciting, adventure-packed day this is. For those of you who have watched my channel for a while, you know I am a planner, and this day was planned down to the minute. There are gotcha days and a puppy play date, 2 mom dogs going home, and then I have something that I'm very excited about sharing with you, something you have been asking for that I think you will really appreciate. Come along with me in my Saturday as it unfolds with lots of adventures. Here
Here is Anne, just arrived with our little girl Shelby.
Hey.
This little 8-week-old puppy is going to be groomed in a traditional Schnauzer style.
Oh my goodness.
So here she is. Yeah, you're going to have a fun time with Anne today. So we're coming along with it here. Little Miss Shelby used a 5-blade on the back.
We have been actively weaning Ginger's puppies this week. And so they are doing a really good job of eating puppy mush and drinking water, as well as drinking puppy formula in a bowl. You can see they are very active playing. They're awake right now. They've been jumping around. They get excited to see us. Their tails are wagging. They also get very excited to see Ginger, who is on patrol around the puppy playpen regularly, checking in on them. And Huckleberry's puppies are also very excited to see us, yes. So you can see here what it looks like when puppies are several weeks older. These puppies are 8 and 9 weeks old. So excited to see you too. Yes. They have a very nice sized puppy playpen here with lots of toys that we rotate in for them. She has been watching herself in the mirror most of the time. So funny. And she talks to herself in the mirror too. And you've done a great job once again.
Thank you.
An 8-week-old little Schnauzer girl. Yes, Shelby. Skylar, today is your gotcha day. You are curious, aren't you? Yes. What a cutie pie you are. Hi, Skylar. We're getting you ready this morning. It's bath time. Hi, Skylar. You've got lots of conditioner on you at the moment, and you're being such a good girl in the bathtub. Good job, Skylar. Yes, such a good puppy. We can hear all the puppies playing in the other room, can't we, Skylar? Yes, and you're being such a good girl with the conditioner, just waiting to rinse it all off, and then we'll go for a little blow dry. All rinsed off? All rinsed off. It's a good thing. Yes, shake. Yes, shake. Okay, we'll get you out now and dry you. Okay.
We are here with Shelby's new family, Frank and Trish. This is such an exciting day. Miss Shelby, you have a great new home. I understand that, Frank, you've been binge watching some of my videos, huh?
That's correct. Yes.
I love it. I think you said you had a question about something that was in 2 videos ago.
Correct. Yeah. So I was watching the video and I was trying to understand when you made the comment that we should mimic the high-pitched squeal when a puppy bites a little bit too aggressive.
Oh, I love this question. Yes. In fact, I think if I remember correctly, in that moment, there was something else going on in the video. And I heard the squeal and I stopped and I pointed it out to say, reverse, rewind, watch what just happened. Do you hear that sound? So I try to mimic that sound when a puppy bites too hard. Their playmates, their mom, will give them an auditory cue. That was too hard. And the auditory cue sounds like a ouch. It's an intense squeal. And then what happens is the other puppies shun the puppy that bit too hard. So let's talk about what that means. So if she were to, she's going to play with your hands because she's used to having hands near her, but notice she's not biting my hands.
Correct.
But if she starts biting a little too hard, I want you to yank your hand back, make that squeal noise, and then I want you to dramatically shun her. Now, nobody saw me doing that other than you. Would you role play sort of what that shun thing looks like? So you're playing with her, she bites your hand. Ouch! Yep, and then you look away, not at her. There you go. That's it. And so you sort of have to have those few seconds, few moments where she gets it. Oh, they're not going to play with me if I do that. They're not going to allow that. So mom dogs, for example, don't allow that at all. They'll make a noise once, and then if that didn't work, they're going to growl. And sometimes people will say, oh my gosh, that mom dog seems a little mean. And I say, oh no, that mom dog is dealing with an 8-week-old, 9-week-old, 10-week-old dog puppy, and they are teaching them something. And so we have to do that as our pet parents too, as we are raising beloved family pets. So we have to be willing to say no in a very sharp voice. Even though we want to use this sweet little voice to say, no, you really shouldn't be doing that. The dog doesn't understand that voice. Frank just asked me about what happens, the ritual, if you will, at the end of a training session. And so when I'm doing it myself, I'm sitting on this ball, and I'm usually not recording when I'm doing it because I can't hold the camera and do this at the same time. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to have you put her on the Places bed. And so typically, you'll start to lure her up onto the Places bed. But part of the reason why I wanted to demonstrate this is because of the gesture that Frank made when he asked this question. So if we were at the end of the training session, oh, what a good girl you are, Miss Shelby. Yes, that's a good sit. Yes, yes. So I'm going to gently get her on her side if she's not in a down. And I'm going to do this. Yes, belly rubs. Yes, belly rubs. Good job, Shelby. Okay. Okay. Yes. And now we're finished. Now, the reason I wanted to specifically show you the on her side, gentle roll, belly rub is because we're not flipping her over. And the gesture that you made was the flip over gesture.
Correct.
Is this making sense?
Yes.
Yeah. And so I'm so glad you asked the question, because if we flip her over, that's not a natural movement that she could make on her own.
Okay.
And part of the reason why I like to teach the command belly rubs is because let's say there's a group of children here playing, and I realize they're getting a little too rough with my puppy. I don't have to say anything to those kids. I can say, Shelby belly rubs. And Shelby runs right over to me and lays down in front of me to give her a belly rub. Now that's a whole lot more comfortable for the room, the setup, the family dynamics than me screaming at the kids that they're being too rough with the dog, or me demanding, come, Fido, come. I don't say Fido, come in those situations at all. I say, Wallace, belly rubs. And he comes right over and lays down in front of me. And now I can give him a great belly rub. He feels good about it. Everybody around us feels good about it. So this is my I'm spreading love and joy in the world moment. Is it making sense?
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, but if we taught her that we're going to flip her over backwards in order for her to get a belly rub, she can't do that move on her own.
Understood.
But when you're teaching her down, and then from a down we do a belly rub, oh, she gets that really fast.
Thank you, Sean.
Oh, sure, sure. You know, another thing, sometimes people will ask me, hey, I want to teach my dog to shake hands, paw or something along that line. And I say, oh, if you would like to do that, that's fine. But if you have young grandchildren, I don't recommend that. You know why? Because the dog starts doing this, wanting very much, But a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old might not understand that, or even might grab the paw too hard, any of those things. So it's just thinking, it's anticipating these kinds of dynamics that are going to come up. And I love your questions. Thank you for asking. Trish just asked, hey, when does she need her next grooming again? So I would say take her to your groomer in 3 weeks, have them do bath, nails, ears, blow her dry. And then 3 weeks later, come back for a Schnauzer trim, since you want to keep her in the Schnauzer trim, and then talk to your groomer about the schedule she would like her to be on. Okay. Great.
Darling, isn't she?
So happy Gotcha Day, Joyce and Angie and Miss Skylar.
Thank you. She's so sweet. But I have to say this, everybody says it, but they're so much smaller than what they look in the videos.
Yes. Well, you actually were able to bump into Trish and Frank as they were leaving with their little girl, Shelby. And so you were able to see one in the traditional Schnauzer versus our little teddy bear cut.
I love this.
I love the little teddy bear cut. Say, oh, I'm a little nervous. There's a lot going on. Yeah. I'm probably being a little too. She is beautiful, isn't she? Your little chocolate and tan girl.
Oh, you scared, honey?
I can't stop laughing. I just asked Joyce and Angie if they wanted a cup of tea. And Joyce said to me, Sean, I could find the tea drawer and make myself a cup of tea here. They came in the door saying they feel like they've been here so many times already. Oh, that's so sweet. Can you all hear the blow dryer going? Ginger just got a bath and we are getting her ready. At noon today, I'm taking her back to her guardian family. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Luca, next up in our day today is a play date with your family. We'll make sure that you get to play with everybody coming for the play date too. Hi, Luca. Yes, your moms are looking forward to seeing you, and this means Wavy Davy Jackson's on his way too. I have a little protocol for people visiting my home for play dates. We meet out in the front of my home on my patio, and I collect everybody who's coming for the play date, and we all come downstairs together. This makes entering my puppy Montessori school much easier on my big dogs and on the little puppies. So that's what happened this morning. I met with the group that had arranged weeks ago to come for puppy play date to see their own puppies. I met them today out on my patio at 10:30 a.m. And they came down here into this area and they got to play with their puppies. What fun. Tails were wagging, weren't they? Yes. I'll give you a sneak peek now of what it looked like as we were sitting around in a circle having a fun play date with puppies. Yes, lots of puppies. Well, Deb, it's been a little while since you saw Cole. He is getting big, isn't he? Yeah, the play date is underway. And I was just asked, how much does Skylar weigh? And she weighs 2 pounds, 12 ounces. So Angie and Joyce just had a question. They are from Florida. They flew here to pick up little Miss Skylar. And they'll be taking her back home, and they have a vet visit on Tuesday. Because they live in Florida, where there are mosquitoes and sometimes other things like fleas and ticks, they're asking me about how to handle that. And what I will share is what I do. Oh, are you talking to us? Leo, you talking to us? Hi. So I don't treat for flea, mosquito, and tick problems because I don't want those pesticides on or in my dogs. But you also see my environment here. My dogs are out on a patio. They're in here. I take them in a stroller when we go outside. We do go outside a lot for walks. We go to adventures and they're in a stroller or they're in my hands or something like that. And so if you and your vet get to talking and you say, hey, I've got a big fenced in yard and I want my dog to be able to go outside and play in the yard and so forth, that's certainly fine. Absolutely. And you may need to treat with something that's a flea, tick, a mosquito repellent. Let me show you a product that I recommend in those situations. This product, it's NuVetPlus. It's a flea and tick. It's all natural. It's a product that I understand to be safe around you and your puppies. But sometimes when veterinarians hear that a dog came from Pennsylvania, they assume that it came from a puppy mill. There are some puppy mills in the center of this state, and they do not take good care of their dogs. Liberty is desperately wanting someone to throw this for her. So they assume that people don't take good care of their dogs, and so then they go to over-treat your puppy because they think you got your puppy from a puppy mill. Just make sure you explain. You went, you saw it. This is not one of those places where the puppy grew up in a barn, out in the middle of a field, something like that. Your dog won't have those kinds of issues when you take it home. And that begs sort of the next part of the question here about heartworm and how to make sure that our dogs don't get heartworm. Heartworm is caused by a mosquito bite. So if your dog is out regularly in an area where it could get lots of mosquito bites and you and your vet talk about it, well, okay, that's fine. I personally don't do it. I don't use. And even when before I moved into this house, I had 14 acres behind my home. My dogs regularly were out running, playing, and I did not use it. Why? I've never had a dog with heartworm. I just haven't. And is that because I got lucky, or is that because of the way I feed my dogs, or something else? Don't quite know. But that's not been something I've had to deal with, thankfully. Did I answer the question? Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness, we had such a fun play date, didn't we? Yes. And next up, I have a very tight schedule today. I am delivering Ginger to her guardian home. Her guardian mom is so excited to see her. Ginger is such a good little traveler in the car. I'm taking her back to her guardian mama, who is so excited to see her this afternoon at 12 o'clock. Ginger, how are you feeling about this, girlfriend? Are you ready to go back? Yeah. Your puppies will miss you, but this is part of life. It's part of life. Yeah. We're here, Ginger. We're at your house. Let's go in and see your mommy. Arlene, I think your little girl is happy to see you.
Oh my God. Hi, sweetie. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I know you're happy to see her too.
I am. Oh
Yeah. I'm sending Ginger home with lots of fish. Ginger loves salmon and fish of all types, and that's such a great thing for mom dogs to eat, and that will help Ginger. Yeah, that's going to help you, Miss Ginger. I know you love your salmon. Here's the meal that Arlene and I have just prepared for Ginger. This is the beef stew with the salmon mixed in, and look at Arlene's very fun, festive fall decor here. Since I had to pass Sailors on my way back home from dropping Ginger off with her guardian family, I did a little shopping for some dog food. back home from Sailors, and my little fur babies are saying, Mom, make us some food. So I have ground beef. I have the beef dog food from Sailors that includes the ground organ meats. And then I also got the ground turkey that includes organ meats. And sweet potatoes. My dogs and I really like sweet potatoes. So you can see here the sweet potatoes, and I will be mixing them up a stew with these things, adding some carrots and a few other things, apples, into the stew right now. So I've got several types of meat in this pot, and I will be taking the spatula and weaving it all together, cooking it. While that's cooking, I wanted to mention that one of the questions I am asked most on my YouTube channel has to do with what I feed my dogs. And just the other day, I got a question from a longtime watcher who said something along the lines of, hey, I know there's a particular type of dog food that you feed your dogs. And she referenced the type of dog food that I used to. I no longer feed. And I realized, oh, wow, yeah, that's right. Some of my videos out there are a year or two old, maybe, and they reference a former dog food. So what am I using right now? Origin. And I use their puppy food. You can find all of my favorite products on my website shop. Here it is. If you go to my website, SVCCtoys.com, you will see there is a button here, shop. This is where I keep all of my favorite products updated. So in other words, if you've been watching some of my older videos and you haven't seen my newer videos about how I feed my dogs now, I do have lots of videos about the foods I'm using and why. And so here's the Origin 6-fish recipe for adults. Here's the Origin canned puppy food. And here is the Origin puppy kibble. Highly recommend if you're getting a puppy from me, click on the buy here and it will take you right to the place that you can buy these foods. These are some examples of training treats, and I like single source, meaning these are just pure salmon. There's nothing else. My website, svcctoys.com, shop. I will always keep this updated with the products I'm using now. My dogs aren't the only ones that like cooked sweet potato. There's my lunch. Yummy. Today I'm also going to add in broccoli with the dog's beef stew. These little puppies are so happy to be eating their stew. Look at those little tails wagging. And now there are 4. So we have Nero, Leo, Misty, and Cole here. Huckleberry, you and Ginger were just so good together being mommies. Yes. Both of you going back to your guardian homes on the same day. Yeah. It's bath time now for you, Miss Huckleberry. Like all my dogs, Miss Huckleberry is being great in the bath. She's enjoying the massage. We're letting this shampoo soak in really nicely and get her belly very clean. Such a good girl. Time to rinse you off, and then we'll do the deep conditioning spa treatment for you. Huckleberry, we're gonna have a good time blowing you dry, aren't we? You have been shampooed. Yes, shake. Yes, shake, Huckleberry. Good girl. Yes. So now I'm going to blow her dry with the Force Air Dryer, and it will go very quickly because we're able to use this dryer. The Force Air Dryer doesn't have heat. It just has very intense blow drying action. Where my other dryer over here, this one, does have heat. I use this one over here for little puppies, and I use this bigger one for older dogs that are very comfortable being groomed. Huckleberry and I have been making good progress. I'm grooming her using the technique that Amy Leigh, the Go Groomer, taught me. So I started off with my KM cordless wide blade using the salmon colored guard comb, and I did that all over Huckleberry's body. Next up, we'll work on the head. For the head work, I'm using my smaller, not the wide blade, and I'm using my KM10 with the purple guard comb. If you didn't know what kind of dog I was grooming, what would you think from just seeing this pile of hair? Would you imagine this? We've gotten the shape of the head done now, and so I'll use my scissors and clean in front of the eyes and the eyebrows. Yes. I've got to keep myself on schedule here because her mom and dad are coming to pick her up. I know how excited they are to see her. I have so much respect for professional groomers that help us take great care of our fur babies and keep them in the style that we really like. I try my best, and I actually enjoy. So I enjoy bathing my dogs. I enjoy the experience of being with them. It's like making stew for them. That's relaxing to me. And bathing my dogs and grooming them is relaxing for me. But I don't get the results that professional groomers get yet. I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress, aren't I, Huckleberry? Yes. We had a good time, didn't we? I love you, Huckleberry. Yes. It's going to feel like such a different place here, isn't it? Yes. With Miss Ginger gone to her guardian home and Miss Huckleberry leaving in just a few minutes to go to her guardian home. Yes. We have 4 puppies over here in the Huckleberry Nellie group. Yes. Hi, Nero. Hello, Nero. Hi, Leo. Hi, Misty. Hello, Misty. Hello, Cole. And over here in this playpen, we have Miss Honey Bear and Miss Coco and Luca. Luca has his gotcha day next Saturday. So next Saturday morning, Luca will be going to live with Wavy Davy Jackson. Yes, that's right. And Miss Honey Bear goes back and forth between her guardian home and here regularly. But this week when they get back from vacation, she's going to stay permanently. And so, Miss Coco, that means you will be here. Yes. We're going to have to reconfigure all these puppy playpens. She's so happy to see you, Amy. Hello, Rich. Welcome back from your vacation.
Thank you.
She's just had a nice bath and a bit of a groom. Yeah. She's so happy. Happy girl. Amy, thank you so much for co-owning her with me. What a joy to share a lovely dog with you and your hubby.
Oh, well, we enjoy her, and thank you for everything.
Oh, so happy. Enjoy. Say bye. We love you. We love you, Huckleberry. Bye-bye. This is a photograph of Godiva and her guardian mom, Kim. This week, I bred Godiva to Truffle. This is a picture of Truffles. And this is what you can expect from their litter. So 37.5% of the puppies will be chocolate. Here you see the word brown with tan points. And 37.5% of their puppies would be chocolate with tan points, minor white. In other words, just like Truffles. And what is this? 25% of the puppies could be recessive red, and they would have a brown nose, potentially green eyes, and they could be quite dark red given the red loci on truffles. This is a photograph of Janny. Janny is what is referred to as a white chocolate. Notice the brown nose and green eyes. I also bred Janny and Reddy together. This is a photo of Reddy in a Schnauzer cut. This is a photo of Reddy in a Teddybear cut. And their puppies could be 50% recessive red. They would have a black nose, and 50% could be recessive red parties. I also bred, potentially, Nestle and Truffles. And I say it that way because I ended up having to do artificial insemination. This is a picture of Nestle. She has a brown nose and green eyes. So yes, she looks a great deal like Janny, except Nestle is smaller than Janny. And the puppies, if there were to be puppies born from this artificial insemination, 25% brown, in other words, chocolate, with tan points and minor white, 25% recessive red with brown nose and minor white, 12.5% chocolate and tan, 12.5% recessive red with brown nose, and then you see also some options here for party. So 12.5% could be chocolate parties, and 12.5% could be recessive red parties. Perhaps you thought what I just shared was the good news that I mentioned in the beginning of this video. Well, that certainly is good news. We're excited that in mid-November, we are likely to have at least 2, but maybe 3 litters of little Schnauzer puppies. However, there's something else I want to share with you that I'm very excited about, and I hope you will be too. Recently, one of you reached out to me, such a kind gesture. You said to me, hey, I have gotten so much out of your videos that I would like to pay you $100. I was stunned. Wow, how kind of you. What you don't know is that was an affirmation to me on a very deep level that meant a great deal. For some time now, YouTube has been inviting me, encouraging me to create memberships on my channel where I offer special perks and opportunities for our community of puppy lovers, and our community of people who would like to train beloved family pets, and our community of people who have a deep interest in being modern dog breeders and being a part of my life as a dog breeder. And so, with that in mind, the affirmation that I've gotten from many of you by the great questions you asked and by the kind gestures of you saying, hey, Sean, we'd like to acknowledge what we're learning from you, it's really meaningful. This is causing me to say, I'm creating an opportunity for you to join our community in a deeper way as a member. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, will there still be videos for non-members? Yes, of course. And some of the videos that we've created in the past will continue to be public videos. But a lot of our playlists are going to become a part of the member-only benefits. Let me explain what I mean. This is my YouTube channel, SVCC Toy Schnauzers. And there is now a new tab here. It says membership. When you click on this membership tab, what I believe that you will see is that there are 3 distinctions of types of membership available now. The 3 levels of membership that I believe you will find. The first one is Puppy Lover. This is all about being your dog's best friend and speaking dog. One of you, Julie, recently asked me for a playlist about communicating with your dog, being your dog's best friend? Well, here it is. The second one is puppy training. It's training a puppy to become a beloved family pet. And it's everything you need to know to train your puppy as well as your dog. And then the third level of membership is really all about being on the inside in my life. So puppy breeder, being a modern dog breeder, it's all the behind the scenes sharing step by step what we do from breeding all the way to gotcha day. Again, that's what I believe you're going to see when you click on this membership button. But because it's my channel and I'm a member, I don't see those options. What I do know is that a very large number of videos have already been moved to the members only video playlists. And I will be moving more of my videos into the members only section over time. If you've made it this far in the video, would you do me a favor? When you click on membership, do you see what I described? Do you see the various levels and the perks? I would be very interested for a comment below about what you see when you click on the membership button, since I don't see the same thing that you do. And this is brand new. I am so excited about this opportunity to get to know our community better, to get to know you better through these memberships. I look forward to the adventure together. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please give it a thumbs up if you like what I'm up to.